råkade göra en stående och måste göra en stående nu. This is a messed up thing with YouTube streams. If you accidentally have the stream, if you have the camera on portrait, you have, okay, I guess, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna have to do it portrait now, because I don't want to restart it. It just confuses people, and people are like, oh, he's not doing the live. The dumbest, do you know that when you start getting into actually working with all these social media platforms and that, you notice that the society is a lot like people, too progressive. It's like the technological development has gone so far that a lot of things that weren't possible at one time now is, but holes in the technology, right? Like on Instagram, you don't know, if you're not a content creator, really, you don't know how many bugs there are. And it's like on the phones, there are many features missing. In the great opportunity you have, among all the great opportunities you have, it's like sprinkled in a lot of shit. Like this, what the fuck, you know, like say, so you accidentally held the phone slightly like this when you started. So that means you want to have portrait mode. So for you guys coming in, what's up? I'm ranting about society being too progressive. Stuff developing so fast that even though a lot of it is good, they're too fast. There are a lot of leaks. For instance, in YouTube, that if you accidentally start a stream in portrait mode, that's what you get. There's no way of changing it. Like, I see all the alternatives down here. There's nothing I can do. I can put what I can do is this. Oh, look, guys, look at me. I have a filter now. Ooh. Yeah, what's up, Robert? He's asking where everyone's from. Please tell. See, what the fuck? Who cares about this? You know? Oh, black and white. Yeah, I know I have to restart the stream and pick which mode I want. It's a setting, derf. But I'm telling you, it's not a setting. It's a setting like this. If I had, now it tells me rotate device. It's not like, oh, do you want to do this? It's not a setting I have to put manually. It just decides from what angle I hold the phone when I start. So I don't care. Like, okay, today apparently we're doing portrait mode. Yeah. Auto rotate is turned on, but I don't need help, bro. I appreciate it, but I know exactly what happened here. I'm just annoyed with it. I'm saying it's a shit function. Like, why wouldn't I be able to change it? Because I just accidentally held the phone a bit like that when I started. So I understand. You know YouTube apparently. Maybe you have a channel of your own. That's great. Yeah, can't help myself if I'm a tech. I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, bro. I'm just telling you. You know, I know exactly what's going on here. I'm just annoyed with it. But do you agree with me, by the way, that technology is too progressive? I noticed it with so many things. It's like we have this idea that, a small business, for instance, maybe they don't have all the resources they need, and but if you work with a major corporation, almost always the systems they work in are shit. There's something wrong with it. Like, I worked at right before that, where I had my first panic attack. They had a system that they had invested like millions of Swedish crowns. So I guess, you know, at least a handful of $1 million, you know, in the system. And it was crap. It like couldn't send out invoices. So people got like invoices for car rentals years later. How fun. And we had to pick up the phone. So we're calling, I got a invoice date with a date 2.5 years ago for like $1,000, you know. What the fuck? And they had so many problems from this. And when I was working at the gym, the system they were working in, so many bugs, so many things that just didn't work out all the time. It's like because they pushed the progression too fast. It really is that, guys. We want to progress society together, uplift one another, but we can't do it too fast. Then we'll get leaks. It's like you guys when you want to rush for the results with your fitness and fasting and all this, you know. When people ask, how fast will I lose the weight and stuff? And it's like, at the necessary rate. Like, don't even worry about that, you know. Okay, let's remove the dumb filter. Just because I'm playing. This is great, you know. I can't turn it around, but I can get the filter. Oh, oh. Okay, and someone's time to talk to me. Um, Derf. Really smart people make really simple, stupid mistakes. Yeah, I mean, if I take that to myself, because I think I'm quite a smart fellow, I have my uncommon sense, but sometimes when you hear something, you know, you're like, man, how did I not think of that? Or how did I miss that? Yeah, it's true. When you see like the big picture really well, but you kind of miss the small thing, because that's what the man does, right? He sees the whole. It's like the process of fitness. Let's remove the filter. I'm sorry, my internet here is unstable. The Greek internet is like the Greek people, just a little slow. But great, because internet is great. I love the Greek people. No, but the guy that gets the result is the guy that sees the whole big picture, doesn't stare himself blind on the details, right? Then he optimizes as many details as possible, but always the big picture, your whole, not oh, how do I do my leg workout? It's like, how do I structure my day where my leg workout is part of? And then you think, how do I do my leg workout? For instance, let's actually put these earphones on. I'm sure the sound will be a bit more crisp. But guys, don't be fucking spoiled brats now. Can you please ask your questions? You have the opportunity to get free coaching here. That's what's going on here. This is not a movie. This is not entertainment. I'm talking to you, exactly, specifically you watching right now. Ask something. Take this value. These streams are gonna go away at some point, like the frequency of them. I'll never stop it. I love doing these, you know. But my time is getting more and more precious. And you're gonna regret it when you have a question for me and these don't come up. It's like, use it. You spoiled little shit. And I'm talking aggressively, but I'm not really. I'm trying to trigger you into action. I love it when you talk to me. I love any question, even the bad question, because then I get the chance to tell you, oh, why you shouldn't focus on that. No question is a bad question, really, at this point. It would be if people were just spamming the chat, you know, but you clearly aren't. And so I can spend time on anything you say here. Yeah. No one answered Robert where they're from. But you are guys watching. It's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you so passive in this life? It's like, I don't understand. Do you not want to live life? Because you are living life if you choose to watch something like this and actually interact to some extent. But if you're just watching, you're escaping your life to see me live mine. I'm living my life now. I'm teaching. I'm doing my thing. I'm coaching. I've been up on my own group coaching call that I always have before these streams. Yeah, he's done so much for me. It's funny, right? It's us coaches that realize the most that we really need and have great use for coaches ourselves. Those that have the biggest ego, like either they have pride, like, no, I can do it on my own. But clearly they can't. These kinds of guys are watching all my stories all day, every day on Instagram. And they are skinny fat. And then if you try to reach out and be like, you want an input, and not even trying to sell coaching, you know, it's like, can I assist you in something? You're clearly fat. You're clearly fat. It's like, no, I have a plan. I don't have a plan. I have a system that I just do. Losers just sit and be like, oh, if I do this, yeah, I plan to do this. Do, execute. And then there's other, there's two sides of the spectrum of people that should get coaching that don't. The other like that, I have one. I'm not even. The less specific I am, the better. That person avoids me out of shame, because that person doesn't love themselves, and I feel like they're wasting my time and they're letting me down. but as if that matters, you know. I can't get let down by a person. They can only let down themselves. Yeah, those are it's the spectrum of people that should get coaching and don't. Uh, Either pride, I can do it on my own, and they're fat, you know, or skinny, or weak, can't get laid, can't get women. Oh, get laid, you should, but you know, get the woman. Don't have the opportunity, the option to get laid. Aren't you know, working on themselves with their career and that. But I can do it on my own, even though I haven't gotten anywhere in years. And then the unworthy people that should just swallow the fact that it's okay. It's okay to be a little lesser right now. If you accept the help, you'll be so much more. But okay, I saw you ask some things. Okay. Okay. Robert Machi, I need to lose 20 pounds. 20 pounds by the end of December. What would be the fastest, safe way to lose this weight? So look, you didn't listen to anything I said. I appreciate the question, but this is how I have to talk to kind of like wake you up. Like, I have to lose 20. It's like you're working from a scarcity mindset. Like, how will I lose this? How can I do it the fastest way possible? You're going to spend so much energy on thinking of that, and you're not going to lose anything in the end, really. So look, I will answer it still, but I still want to, you know, you got to be process oriented. It's a track don't chase thing. If you come up with a good aggressive fasting plan that you think you can stick to and just focus on what you need to do every day instead of the 20 pounds, you might end up losing 25 pounds. Do you see what I'm saying? So you said to the end of December. Well, 20 pounds. Well, I would, you know, I love my routine. I have my video, the best fasting routine for everyone, like my favorite routine that I have guys just crushing it with. It might not be enough for 20 pounds, but you know, I think you shouldn't think that way still. But you can do that if you use that as a foundation. Go look at that video after stream. Use it as a foundation, but you can do the fast longer. Watch that and my video, the hammer fast, and combine those two. That will be the best way, seriously. And then you just think as little as possible about the result and just focus on the process. That's how you get it done. I appreciate the question, bro. Come on. Patience, the virtue I have to practice the most. Come on. There we go. There we go. Bulk or cut? Derv says. What do you mean? Okay, now, okay, you went on. I'll get to Lortafant after this. So Derv says, bulk or cut? I've already dropped 50 pounds. I have 30 pounds to go. I had to stop cutting calories. My metabolism stalled out. I am on maintenance now. Should I cut or start bulking? Look, I don't. You tell me more, please. Like, how do you currently look? Like, are you skinny fat? Are you still quite fat? Bulking, you say. I mean, I guess you're not fat if you ask about bulking. Like, go on, but probably you should do some kind of main gaining routine, to be honest. Eat high protein, not so high fat, decent amount of carbs at your maintenance or just below with high protein, and train your fucking ass off in the gym. You're gonna end up recomping because the body can make up, and just healthy foods, of course. Your body can make up missing calories from the body fat when you have enough to spare. Okay, you went on. I'm a muscular carpenter that wants to get shredded. I have extra weight, but should I cut to lean first or start bulking more muscle? Like, look, bro, to be honest, you'd be doing great to join my second tier coaching program. You can DM me on Instagram or email me, but I'll still answer here, of course, because I coach everyone at every opportunity I can. The only time I stop answering someone's question is that I can see if you're clearly doing something, right? So I can help you. But people that are in this loop of, I just need to know this one thing more from Theo, I will pick up on that at a point to be like, look, bro, I've given you all you need, really. You have everything you need. The next step is coaching. Stop asking questions. Let me ask the questions now instead. But okay, you said that. Yeah, you're a muscular carpenter. I like that. I actually should see my Instagram. I got the chance to do some physical work outside here because some guys, some Greeks were working in the yard with like, what do you call it? Like stuff you use in a mine, basically. This kind of thing. And so I asked them if I could join. And the Greek are really prideful. They think you look down on them, like if you ask for help. Like a lot of you guys, you know, the people with the pride. You guys, you know, if you don't have pride, you don't have to take that. I say you who have the pride. But I got to use my body. And it was great because they are better at the skill, but I could lift some heavy stuff that they couldn't. And it's great to make yourself feel useful, you know. Do you love that? Do you know that men such as Durf, that's cool, man. That's cool. American, but my lineage is Greek. I have a Greek name. It was the first country I visited. I met the girl here. I've kind of picked up on the Greek philosopher, ancient Greek philosopher lifestyle without trying, with a fasting diet, training. Looking like a Greek, you know, from weak and bleak to godly Greek. So everything just led me here. No, but do you know, I'm going to go on and answer your question a little bit more. But do you know, and please like if you haven't already, guys, consider sending a super chat to support me and the channel. Yeah, but do you know that men love the chance to work? I can't think about anything other than work. And work means doing something productive, something that adds on to the world. So this that I'm doing, I'm working, of course. I'm helping you guys. I'm here. Inspiring, motivating you, and giving you the advice about mindset, nutrition, the spiritual stuff. But when I get a break, I think I go down to the beach. I find someone to talk to. I coach them. I see the guys working out there when I come from the gym, and I've done my videos and stuff. I just have a little bit of other stuff later in the day. I mean, I always have something to do, but when I see them, I have time. I go ask, can I work with you? Because men love to work and make themselves useful. It's just little boys that shy away from that. Spoiled little boys. They're like sitting on the sidelines like, the grown-ups are doing it, the adults. You know, boys don't, they work together. They don't go get drunk or do drugs or, you know, do stupid things together, partying. That's boys. Do dumb shit together because they're not adult. They don't understand what they should be doing yet. Just FYI, guys. You're a lazy little boy if you shy away from chance to work. I love it, bro. I'm growing my hair out for the difficult because my hair is so thick. It's like kind of a mess when it gets long. I remember when you did too. Yeah, bro, but it won't happen again. My girl loves my hair too much. And to be honest, I have too good hair not to have it. Like, I personally care kind of little about my looks, but I realize it's a branding thing too, you know. Look, you should see my Instagram, guys. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you're missing out. I posted a face transformation yesterday. It's crazy. It's crazy. I wish I could bring it up on the screen here. But look, Durf, again, you would do great. I could optimize it for you on my second tier program, but it seems like you're doing great already, to be honest. So probably you want to get shredded. You have extra weight. Do what I said. You know, go on maintenance slightly below with high protein, not too high fat. Smash it in the gym. You're gonna the fat is gonna go down and the muscle until you're shripped. I promise. Okay. Not offense. That's an interesting. I love it when you guys ask me a little bit about like the worldly stuff, like not too political. Like, what do you think about the political situation? Blah blah blah. I don't care about that, but actual bigger. So thoughts on climate change and modern humans' impact on Earth. I think we're kind of destroying it in many ways. I think all the propaganda around it is not real. I think they're making us focus on things that are not at least not the main issue. They just want to tax the shit out of us with the carbon thing, you know. There's so much deception going on with the guys. Like, the people believe into everything they're told from the newspapers and TV. Even those that are critical from the media and shit, they get fooled by a lot of stuff, you know. So with that being said, obviously, like, just watch Coca-Cola putting out like billions of plastic single-use bottles per year. I actually saw, by chance, a reel earlier when I was on the group coaching call, and while it was my turn, I was working on Instagram, and I scrolled a bit, saw that. And we're clearly polluting like the world in many other ways. So, you know, I do my best always. Like, I don't really throw any trash. If I accidentally, I dropped something from I like trash from the balcony, I immediately go out and pick it up. Because that was, guys, you gotta be a net positive on the world. You gotta be a net positive. Otherwise, you get any positive in the end. And again, spoiled little child, someone else will pick it up for me. No, no, they won't. They won't. If you don't do it, if everyone was thinking like you would destroy the earth. But I think the balance of the earth is that we can exhaust certain areas of it, but I never think we'll actually destroy the planet. I don't think the universe created itself. God created the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, and I just don't think it's human beings are even capable of, like, that would be if we actually teamworked to destroy the earth, maybe. But I think there will be enough people doing good always. So I think we'll have these things like the ozone layer destroyed at one point. Some kind of lake is completely polluted. Stuff is dying there. I think we'll have certain things like this here and there, but I don't think the entire Earth will ever go out. So final note is stop fucking, like, do your part. Do your part. Like, especially us living in, I don't know, I guess I was gonna say in richer countries. But to some extent, like in India and shit, they don't really have a system to handle recycling and stuff well, so they pollute a lot for that reason. It's so funny when they go on, the Swedish politicians, about we need to take responsibility, we need to tax the shit out of you. In the meantime, little Sweden, 10 million people living there out of like 7, or is it even 8 billion now? As if, of course we should do our part, but it's so manipulative, it's so evil, as if Sweden doing a little bit more with the carbon dioxide shit, that's the thing. That's what's going to change. What's happening here? Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Derf, I added uncommon sense to my featured section on here, just giving you some value back. Well, I totally appreciate that, man. You get it. A lot of guys don't. Like, I don't even, I gotta be honest. Like, I'm not 100% there, but I can be 100% selfless. I'm 99% selfless in this that I do with uncommon sense, because all that I coach right now, like health, nutrition, fasting, training, mindset, the spiritual stuff, I am all the way there, and it's something I just want to give. That's what I do when I meet people. If they want to talk about other shit, I will have a very short interaction with them, because I don't want to do anything else. But it's like, and even never had a big want for stuff and money, never a big craving. But it's just, I realized two things. It's to think that I don't need money, because if I have a lot of money, I can do this more. I can promote shit more and reach more people and help more people. And the other thing is, the Theo just is not there yet. Theo, even though I don't really care about money and stuff, I have a subconscious knowing that for my business or whatever, that I can't pay it. Like, I'm doing well. I'm able to make a good living out of my passion, but yeah, I'm not there. So that's, guys, why I apologize. I'm being really transparent and honest with you here. It's difficult to have the balance in helping and not, even though I 99% care about you, I have that 1% that has to look out for Theo and has to try to get something for Theo. So look, the point is really, though, at the same time, I'm trying to teach you guys that the reason I've come this far in my life is because I've been selflessly giving. I've been getting a gift, a chance, a second chance at life, and I built myself up. I've learned skills that bring value to people, and I started doing it completely, like my YouTube channel. Like, I didn't make any money at all, like, for years. Yeah, I think I'm back. So, I'm sorry about that, guys. I go back and forth now from the Wi-Fi, and when the Wi-Fi is bad, my 5G is bad. So, yeah, but okay, the point I'm trying to make here, I'm being super transparent, is that there is, it is actual advice that I've followed to become who I am and be where I am, to selflessly give, because you always get more back So I have given more in the end. That's why I'm trying to coach you guys into supporting this fucking channel. You will get something back from it, directly from me or somewhere else. That's the law of the universe, the law of compensation. When you give, you get at least that and more back. So that's a main message, but there is 1% and more back. So that's a main message, but there is 1% in there of Theo like being fuck. I'm gonna need more money to be able to take this to the highest. Like being fuck. I'm gonna need more money to be able to take this to the highest level. You know, so I'm being super transparent. But it's not just money, by the way. It's stuff like that's. I started talking about this because Durf said he added uncommon sense to the featured section on his channel. Like that's another way of giving to me. I totally appreciate it. You know, interacting in the chat, actually asking questions that can bring value to other people when I answer them. That's giving. Commenting and liking the videos. That's giving. You know, and so I know I've been a bit entitled sometimes because, you know, when you give so much as I do, it's difficult to lose track. Sometimes you lose track of what you're doing. It's like, oh, why don't I get more back? Why don't I have more subscribers? This shit, you know. And then it's a law of the universe again. If you associate something negative with what you want, the universe is going to pick up on that. You're like, oh, look, he's associating something negative with this. Let's keep him away from it. So I'm working on it. I'm not perfect, working on it. My new motto, by the way. But I'm trying to show people, all the people that follow me, that should get my coaching, but they think they're perfect, or they think that I am. So they don't want to take my help, you know. I say to teach them, I'm not perfect, I'm working on it. That's what we all do. And we should work on each other so we come as close to perfection as possible with the world. Okay. Yeah. Lord Stefan, thanks for the results about the climate change thing. I was thinking the same. I do my part. I know it's like a pea in the ocean different. I just want my actions to reflect my mindset. And look, do you see, this goes right in to the talk about making money for selfless reasons. So pee in the ocean, it is the thought that counts. You are still a net positive to the world, and it's going to be a net positive to you if you start thinking, what can I do? What can I do for the environment? You know, but if you get some kind of business idea, either directly related to this, or you just make yourself economically abundant, so that you can spend, if you want, invest money in doing more than just, you know, picking up trash from the street or this kind of shit. You know, I do that all the time. If I see shit lying on the street, I will pick it up as I walk and throw it in the trash can. You know, so and so many people, they don't understand it. They think like, oh, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I drop this here now. It's gonna bite you in the ass. I promise. I promise. You gotta selflessly give in the world to, in the end, get everything you would want. That's the point. It's like my girl. When I started doing this lifestyle, I could tell that a lot of girls were more into me. But since I wasn't looking for just sex anymore, I wasn't into the girls that were into me. I want the one dream woman to be my wife that has the same values as me. And I worry, will she even understand? Will I even be able to get that kind of, will she understand my kind of mindset that I want to do everything for her and be the perfect husband, and I just don't want to fuck her, you know? And as soon as I decided, well, I'm just going to have to not worry about that and work on me and become the man that deserves that woman, immediately she appeared in my life. So it is this thing, guys. And then that's been a battle on its own, that maybe we'll tell the story one day when she's ready. I'm ready, she's not ready. Yeah, I've had to test this a lot. Be selfless, not try to give her for me because I want her, but give her for her sake. And every time I do, we come closer to what we want, you know. So it's a thing. So with the environment point, you know, yeah, it's great. You pee in the ocean, like you say, yeah. But if everyone peed in the ocean, it would be full of piss, but in a good way, right? Okay, guys, please keep questions coming. Durf is hanging around. He's like a stellar guy, the carpenter, jacked carpenter that just needs to be a bit more ripped. I just shaved my head for the difficult. I remember when you did too. I was like, not. Ah. It's funny because you probably just put in la da 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 and you don't care about your screen name, but I think of it like ah. Have you seen Kyriakos Grizzly? Um, he is a Greek guy too, and it's one of his quotes. But congrats on finding a nice girl, Derf says. Well, thank you. I am blessed. She's the most. I can't wait to show her to you, and it's not for my sake because I really just. She is I put myself out there all day. I show my life all day on Instagram. I do a bunch of YouTube videos, talk about me and my life in order to, I use my experiences to teach you something, and yeah, but I need people to see what kind of woman you get when you become that kind of man that deserves that woman. Did you find her in Sweden or perhaps in Greece? So I'll just ask you not to ask too much about it. Like I'm not offended or anything, but it's like for her sake. I can't talk. It's like how I would talk about it. I'm not comparing her to a coaching client, to be clear, but it's like I can talk broadly about the client, but I couldn't go into personal details about them and that. So yeah, she's from Greece. She is from Greece. But that's not the reason I moved here, though, to be very clear. She's not here right now. Um, mm, mm, mm. Yeah. No, it's a fine balance that like, even if I talk about other people, you don't wanna put you're gossiping in a sense, even if you don't feel like it. Talk too much. You should, but you have to be able to use your experiences with other people to teach others something. So that's why in a video, I will talk about my clients, but never in any way so that someone could identify them, right? But I have to talk about, this is when I work with this person, it gets like this. I've been with, Derf says, Lord Tafant, I know you're happy for me, and that's all. It's just that this is the thing when you're someone like me. It's so hard when you just speak the truth and talk. Even when I don't do it from a place of ego or anger or something, it's so difficult to not make people feel a little like you smacked them, because that's not the point. I'm just making clear that I know that you're happy for me, and that it's clear from the way you're talking. I just say that when the time comes, you will all get to know more about her. Right now, I had to keep things a bit broad, right? Derf says, I've been with my wife for 15 years. Pick a submissive woman and play your part, no problem. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. Absolutely. You're 100% right. Well, Derf, you sound like a Chad Carpenter. It's like, that's what I've been missing. I see that a lot of guys that follow me, they really admire me and think of me as this blonde Giga Chad, right? And it was absolutely not me that came up with that title. It was other people. But no, but people really do, though. I have guys treating me as if I'm a Greek god, basically. And it's because they have the same experience. City kids, probably, that struggle with similar things and see what I've done. But men that have worked a lot, that not live in the city and are spoiled with all stuff and have to actually build stuff in the garden and stuff. Like, how many city kids have had to do that? They kind of view me as not a boy, but boyish, because they can see there's something to me, clearly, of course. But when I come, I want to help them. I am like a boy, and I say, I want to help out. I can do this too. Look, I like to work. I like to work. But then they appreciated me because they saw that I genuinely wanted to learn from them. That's what some people with pride, you have to show them that just because you have a lot to bring to them, it's not one-sided. It's not like, look here, little fellow, you fucking are terrible, and you need me for everything, and I don't need anything from you. No, I can have some use for you. It's like with these guys. They're older than me. They have more experience. They clearly got the skill of working in the, doing physical work in the garden. But that doesn't mean I'm very capable as a whole with my strength and my body. So if they just give me instructions, I'll be able to pick up on it quick. And when they can tell, this guy can actually help us out, and it's because he wants to learn. He wants to learn from us. It becomes two-sided, and that's the thing with coaching. My best students that I learn the most from are the ones that are the most humble and put themselves in the student seat, because then they don't act out of ego and have to think they know better than me about the shit that they don't. And we can have a relaxed conversation, just connect truly, and I can actually learn something from them then. It's the people that are not humble I don't learn shit from, really. I mean, I learn a bit about how I can treat people with big egos in a way that makes their ego less big, but I truly learn from the people that can drop the ego and just be the student. As I do with my coach. He yelled at me completely for to not tell the story too long, but trust me that it was not for good reason. He assumed I should know something that there was no way of me knowing. There was no way of me knowing. And he kind of blasted me in front of everyone, 100 people, 130 people or something on the group coaching call. And I know, like, look, I don't really deserve this, but I understand he's had a tough day. I know because I tend to hundreds of people myself on different levels, if they're clients that pay me or people on Instagram and you guys here right now. So I understand, it's like, what the fuck, bro? So I just take the little shit there that I don't deserve because I know in the end I get great value from him, and I do. And because I took it in the right way, he actually gave me like extra attention and help and expressed appreciation to me. So you see, that's how it works, guys. Like, the best masters are the best students too. And that's the difference between the people that I don't need someone to teach me. You're never gonna. We can do. Some of us can do a lot of our own, especially if we hit rock bottom and had to build ourselves up on our own for a bit. But we all do better working together. It's just a matter of fact. It's ego thinking that you don't have use for anyone else. Oh, I get enough from blah blah blah. No, shut the fuck up. Like just take the. It's like a boost for growth. It's like if you're talking shortcuts about all these results with training, fasting, mindset, becoming Chad, attracting women, all that. The only true shortcut you can do, except just being consistent, is hiring a coach that optimizes everything for you and it makes you more able to stay consistent because of the accountability of having invested in someone and yourself, and having someone you look up to that are kind of watching you from afar as you do it, or afar. It depends on what level you work with them, of course. Okay. Durf, I watch you because you remind me of a younger version of myself. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Oh, what I was going to say when I was talking about you and the carpenter thing, and I started talking about the work outside, is I felt intuitively that that's something that's lacking. Do you know, I've said this before on this channel, when I had that first panic attack, every one of them was horrible, and they happened every day for months. But the first one was the most intense one, because it's like you get experience with everything, right? It was the first experience of having a panic attack. When I was walking like a bridge, and everything felt fucking surreal. I'm completely disassociated. My body and mind and soul shattered, I intuitively felt like chopping wood. Chopping wood was all I wanted to do. So that's how I knew also that part of the answer was working on myself physically. But I didn't have it. I didn't have the tools, and so I started running at first. A part of the story I forget telling sometimes, that I did actually run as at the start of the panic attack thing. Then I started doing more strength training and walking. Yeah. Yeah, I would really love it if you could ask more questions, guys. I mean, I know I'm good at going on tangents, and I spoil you with great inspirational rants, but play your part, please. Please get the message that we are in this together. Guys, just please. And consider supporting with a super chat. It's up to you, of course, but it's support in the chat. It's not for me, guys. It's for you. It's for the other guys watching. Okay? And it's like, do you just want me to go on about me? It's one thing when I answer a question and use myself as the example for it. But now, when we're running out, what I think about, I'm going to talk about what I do in Greece. I mean, I guess you want to, I'll give you some of that. You want to see some of me as a person too. But mainly, come on, guys. Take the chance to get me to talk about something that you're thinking about. Some problem you have, right? Come on, guys. I'm really coaching you in how to learn, how to become better. This is coaching right now with you. But okay, I guess I'll talk about the fact I noticed women love me. Women with a masculine wound that have been hurt by a lot of men, they just love me. Because do you know that women, sometimes when you think you're complimenting a woman, blah, 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 she should, I tell her she's hot. But she should just take it as a compliment. They don't like being viewed as a piece of meat. And I know this because of the way I look now. When I have gay guys, and I can tell really, I have a fucking guy email me about sending him my used underwear. Do you understand? Like, I'm so far ahead in my personal development that to me it's just disgusting. It's kind of like someone threw shit in my face. And I'm like, what the fuck, you know? But I can just scratch it off, really. But yeah, it makes you feel dirty. Like you're a fucking human being trying to contribute something and inspire people to become better. And some fucking loser views you as a piece of meat. They want this. You want this. And so, of course, I email him and tell him it's fucking disgusting. I had to fight my ego that wanted to put the email out for everybody to see because he was dumb enough to use his personal email. But I chose to be the bigger person. Patience, guys. Patience. $2 from Durf. I'm logging off from one creator to another. Thanks, Durf. I appreciate you. Appreciate you a whole lot, buddy. Like, truly, I mean it. And I check out your channel for sure. You see, this too, guys. If you want to create some kind of relationship with someone, like myself, you have to show a little initiative first, right? If you come to me, you have to bring me something. Because otherwise you're just one of the guys I'm helping. You're just a client otherwise. Like Durf, he's actually making himself my equal by contributing, showing support in every way he can back. That's a relationship. That's like a broship, right? The other one is a coaching relationship, and that's fine too. But you gotta understand that's how it works. I do that with people I want to get to know. I get to bring them something. Maybe it's just expressing true, genuine appreciation for their work. Maybe it's actually purchasing something to support them. Stuff like this, you know. But I appreciate you, Durf. Thanks a lot. Now the chat is going to be completely quiet because most of the other guys are just watching. They're just watching. Just looking. But thanks, Durf. You know, I'll give you some examples of what I do. I had a taxi driver. He gave me some nice... it was a really great interaction. Short 10-minute taxi drive. So the taxi price is quite cheap here for a Swede. So I just doubled the amount. It was like, not really, almost, because in the Uber app, €5 is like the top you can tip. It costs 7 or 8 euros. I tip 5 because I want to show, look, bro, you gave me something here. I appreciate it. My day is better for having met you. Here's something back. And when I was at the restaurant, I bugged them like crazy about the amounts of all the food so I could post the estimated macros for my people on Instagram, because I want to show them that Theo always knows what he eats, you know. Not like you, fatty. Not like you weak little bitch. You know, to provoke, but also to show, look, this is what you gotta do. You gotta know what you're doing. But yeah, I was bugging them about the amounts of all the foods. So, because they were helpful and they helped me out with it, I bought a meat platter for 2. Not for you, fatty, for Theo, because he's ripped. So it's a lot of food. It cost 25 euros, that meal. But I paid 40 euros. I asked them, can I pay you 40? Because they helped me out a lot. I do it only because I want to give back. And that's how humanity is supposed to work. We're supposed to uplift each other. Like someone is here, uplifts them here, and so, and we raise each other up. But most people, they're so traumatized. Like either in the direct way, they're so scared and like, you know, I mean traumatized in a more obvious way that, no, they feel terrible. They don't have much to give. They're used to people mistreating them, so they don't trust and they can't really give. But then you also have the people that are just so fucking annoyed, like many of you right now. They're just watching, not doing shit, even though I tell you over and over, even though I tell you it's not for me, it's for all of you. It's for the people that's going to watch the stream afterwards. That kind of spoiled little brat thing that I had going too, by the way. That I'm that kind of person. I guess I was pretty much both, in a sense. I said, my upbringing, I was spoiled materially, like every fucking thing, stuff and things, tasks, are just paid for me. My mom and dad just does it for me instead of teaching me how to do it, leading by example like that. So I get used to that some things should just have. I get entitled. Then I was emotionally neglected, and I was a lot in my life too. So I was traumatized from that. So I had kind of both. That's why I understand both perspectives. Um, but it's like, guys, I can go on because I like talking to you, and I know other people will see this. But in a sense, I want to end the stream to teach you a lesson, like, because there are people watching now, and you're like, you're just watching. Why are you so scared? You're scared. Whatever your ego tells you about everything I'm telling you, you're wrong. I'm right. Just so you know. That's why I'm here and you're there. No ego from me, just the truth. Just the truth. Trying to trigger you. Trying to trigger you. Take action. Take action. One message in the chat and you're better for it. I promise. That's how it works. I used to be scared on social media too. I used to hide behind anonymous avatars, and I had all these justifications. Oh, but for this reason I can't, and this, oh no, I don't really have to because this. It's bullshit. It's ego. All fucking psychological walls you built up in order to protect your scared little self that is afraid of being seen. Afraid of being seen, guys, was my biggest fear. Being seen for who I am and rejected for who I am, or no, get shit for who I am. It's funny, right? I'm so naturally good at it. I'm 99% extrovert. It's really a DNA trait. My mom is exactly like that too. And I knew I had a great ability to do this kind of thing, right? Being in front of an audience and communicating, but I was so fucking scared. It was, before the panic attacks, the most similar feeling I ever got to panic attacks was when I, doing something like this. And even, it's easier doing it on camera than in front of people. I don't really have issues with that anymore either. Happens to me quite often that I just meet some group and stand and talk in front of them, because that what happens when you become the Giga Chad. Everyone, just like you who are watching now, everyone wants to hear you speak, But the point is, I had the fear when I didn't have the acute stage fright, like I get my pulse up and I'm like, for something like on a screen, I'm still like, it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. I can't show, I can't speak if I don't get it completely right. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're never going to get it completely right then. And the honest truth is, it's not like I'm getting it completely right now either. But it's because I embrace that. It's, again, all the people, they have a fear of not being perfect, not realizing you're not God, you little shit. You'll never be perfect. If you stay in your preparation mode all the time, the preparation is stagnation, like if it's all you do. Procrastination or perfectionism is procrastination. Yeah, you perfect something as you go. That's a verb. Being perfect is really being the most perfect you can right now. That means doing the thing you should be doing the best you can, and then you learn from your mistakes. It gets more like just ingrained in you, and you keep doing that. Man, you guys really are quiet. It's quite pathetic. Quite pathetic. And you have me triggering you like this. Have me calling you pathetic, and that you have every chance in the world to prove me wrong, and you just don't. Don't you feel shit about yourself from that? Honestly. Honestly, guys. I mean, I would hate it if someone is standing in front of me telling me the God honest truth about myself, giving me the opportunity to make it not true anymore, and still don't. I would hate myself. I would absolutely hate myself. I guess that's what you guys, you probably hate me, you guys that are still here and watching now. I hate me, like it's a scale. I like Theo, but he's wrong about this. He shouldn't be doing this. Me. That ego voice, that loud fucking ego voice in your head that you can't see past. It's a shame. It's a shame. You're blocking yourself from growth. I guess because there can drop in other people. I guess I'll play around with the filters for a bit. Have to make myself entertained somehow when you don't with your interesting questions. Oh, sad theme. Now it's black and white. Well, oh yeah. Life is a lot of fun, guys. Oh, talk in the chat. Talk in the chat. Robin M., how's life in Greece? See, this is a question about me personally, but it's so much better than nothing, right? Life in Greece is amazing. Thanks for the question, Robin. It is amazing. Like, I've said it on previous live streams. Let's remove the dream. Um, Everything really led me here. I've adopted, without thinking about it, the ancient Greek philosopher lifestyle with taking care of the body, with physical practice, training, nutrition, fasting, the sun, the salt water. I've been drinking the salt water, but here you can actually absorb it a lot through your skin. It's amazing. It's amazing to go in the ocean when you're fasting. I've done one fast here. Oof, best feeling ever. No, but also my name is Theodoros, Greek name, gift from God it means. I have to always check my ego, but just because I'm called Theo, that means God. I'm not God. I never think that consciously, but that's when you soar a bit close to the sun, like Icaros. You know, he got burnt. Because you can never, no one like actually believes they're God if they're not like on a psychedelic trip and they got exposed to insights they were not ready for or something, then they might think they're God. But in a way, we act as if, you know. So I have to always remind myself, no, it's just a nickname, that's Theodoros, the gift from God is who you actually are. But I also realized, I met a girl here. That's not the main reason. You can never go somewhere because of a woman. Then it's not going to work. You're chasing her. Then it never works out. But everything just fits in perfectly. I realized that it's the first other country I visited when I was 5 years old. I was on Crete. And when I came here and saw the sunset by the ocean, I just have vague memories from that trip because I was 5. But when I saw the sunset, I was like, ah, shit, I remembered something from when I was a kid. I remember we were sitting in a restaurant and seeing the sunset. And I was like, man, I've never seen something like that. And so it's like everything is lined up. But so that's just a story about that. Everything is amazing. I'm loving it. I go swim in the ocean every day. The food is great. I'm eating local eggs. The local eggs, they are cheap and, you know, completely the way you want. Free walking, hens that walk outside. Yeah, pasture raised. They just taste amazing. The honey, also local, tastes amazing. I can train in my gym. It's a crappy gym materially. That's the difference between Sweden and Greece. Sweden is rich, say rik in Swedish, rich in stuff and the nature resources, but in another way, but not really around Stockholm. You know, Stockholm is just blocks of stone, but yeah, we have no culture in Sweden anymore. We have peace for too long, so people don't value the culture. Greece is more poor materially, and they have struggled more. They've had like wars and dictatorships. You know, people that are alive have experienced that. So they have a stronger culture, and the nature resources is amazing. So it's really that. You see, physical work. I love it. Because I have kind of boyish hands. No, but so it really is amazing. I connect with people everywhere. It's funny to get to know how the Greek people are different than the Swedes. I'm learning Meleto Elenikia, alla Ligo Discola, but I can speak. So I can speak some Greek, turning Greek as we speak, from weak and bleak to godly Greek. I rhyme all the time. It's so funny, guys. When you realize it, when you get kind of Neo from Matrix vision, not to put myself, I'm not God, I can't see the full code, but I can see a lot of it. Everything just falls in line when you see the divine. You can rhyme all the time. It's so easy, you know. But it's also a skill, rhyming. That's what people don't get. Everything you do, literally everything you do, you can get better at. I mean, even like picking stuff up from the floor. I just made something up now because I look and I see my shoes here on the floor. If I just did it many times, I would notice that, I have a good technique. very fast and efficiently take stuff up from the floor. So when I practiced on Instagram writing these rhymes, I rhyme all the time because I have done the rhyme so many times. When a word I've used comes up, I have this bank accessible to me of words that will rhyme with it. Yeah, the closer you get to the divine, everything just falls in line. So I appreciate the question, Robin. I'm doing great here. Doing great here. So we have some people that come and went. Please, if you're new, please ask some questions. I've really been putting a lot of this stream. It's pretty much the guy Durf in the chat and Lorta Fant that's contributed the most. Little questions from Robin, someone else before. But I really would prefer you guys to talk over me. Just ranting. But I started doing, it's funny, people, everything on this earth is that you take in should be considered your diet. So people you associate with is your diet too. So people you follow is your diet too. And so I've noticed the things I picked up from different people. So something I started doing recently is calling people fatty on Instagram. Like I post my food, I post my huge meal and remind them that it is, when you're ripped, you can eat like this. Not for you, fatty, to trigger, of course. It's so funny, the better I become, the more, like as a coach and just as a man, the more I see why, of course I knew some about why Cole, Snake Diet, did a hey fatty thing, but why he was so aggressive with it. He wants to remind you all the time. It's like, if you can feel hit by someone yelling, hey fatty, that means it's true and you have work to do. That's the thing about being triggered. A lot of people say, no, I don't like it. He says stuff that makes me feel bad. But we don't care about your feelings. We care about you, actually. We know that we trigger these uncomfortable feelings in you. We're pointing you in the right direction. We're putting the, lens, putting the finger on the area where you need to focus. So if you always follow the pain and to find your answers, And it's so easy to see other people's pain when you've healed almost all of yours. We're never going to be perfect. Like, especially from our childhood, those wounds might never fully go away. But even for me, my strongest traumas, when they get triggered, I know exactly where they come from. I can get on top of it very quickly. I can change the story. Like me, I tend to feel abandoned by people when they can't deliver as much as me in a relationship, like romantically or friendship relationships, When they get mad at me, when I know I've done so much for this person, and they really have not done as much for me, what the fuck, I feel abandoned. But then I remind myself, that's right, you feel that way because the abandonment you experienced in your childhood, and it's not really an expression of you, and it's an expression of that person's pain. They don't love themselves as much as you, so they can't love you as much as you love them. Because you can never love a person more than you love yourself. And it should be said that especially for people that are not as far in their personal development, the level of self-love varies from moment to moment. I keep a very high baseline of self-love. It's really, if I truly let someone down and I can see it myself, that's when I hate myself a bit. Because I can't stand not being perfect for people, like in the way they need me to be. It's one thing when I know I really did my best and they weren't able to, that can hurt a bit too, but then I can end up with, but it wasn't my fault. But it's like when I know I fucking fucked up. I actually fucked up. I knew better and I still did this. But I'm getting better at that too. So guys, please fucking talk to me in the chat. Come on, say something, ask a question. Talk to Theo. Talk to Theo. I want to talk to Theo. I want to take this chance to get free value that won't be as accessible in the future when Theo's time is getting more and more precious. So he won't always be available to do these streams. I want to ask Theo a question. It's a lot of fun, guys. It's a lot of fun when you understand that, we all have that ego voice in our head that isn't really us. It's a function of us, just like anything else, just like you feel emotions, just like you feel physical feelings like that, everything. You experiencing the ego. You're the one that experiences it. You're not the voice. So that means that it's kind of similar when other people speak, as if you do. So you realize how easy it is to kind of troll people and influence them. Like what I will do on my Instagram, for instance. I did it yesterday. I was walking to the beach and beautiful sea and the beach and the sun and I put like, I'm so lucky I live here. And then I put like, oh wait, I don't. I'm just staring at my phone like a moron. And then when the person reads that, it's like they actually thought, like, oh, I live in. I want to wake them up to the fact that you're just watching someone else, little buddy. You're not actually here. You're staring at your phone like a moron. But I put it in I because that's going to be even more. It's easier for a person to like for it to become their thoughts, But have you noticed that? It's something you really need to pick up on, even if you think you're aware. Let's say your parents, you know in what way they are not really good to you, and you think, oh, but I'm self-aware, so I can handle it. Well, if you stick around them and hear their kind of negative talk all the time, you're going to unconsciously pick up on it. I noticed it before I was going away. I was kind of over at my parents' place a lot. Like I would often go there in the morning before they woke up. That's one thing too, just because I like the space and they don't really mind. I like space is literally bigger space than my apartment. So I just like to be in there, feel less trapped. But I would come over in the day too and talk to them. And I felt this way, but I don't really get affected by their negative shit. But I did. I noticed it. I become like my mom, like more angry lecturing kind of, because I can lecture and I can play a character that's kind of like, fuck you, you little bitch, you suck kind of thing. But I actually got angry because my mom still has some anger. But it's been good. If we're, now that you guys make me talk about me again, I'm always trying to teach you from the stories about me, even when you don't ask questions. But I've noticed that the distance from my parents has been great. Like I've of course not directly been living with them for like 10 years, a little less, I guess. Like I was 21 when I moved out, but I've been close most of the time. Not always. I haven't always gone over there as much when I was feeling worse, especially. But yeah, there's not even if I haven't been there, there's not been much distance between me and my parents. And I can tell it's a good effect on them for me to go away. Like they get to see that I can actually do stuff on my own, which parents never think, They never think you can do anything. Or even when you're clearly doing well, and a lot of other people can see it, the parents, they can't see it. And it's because they love you and worry about you, of course. And they see a lot of themselves in you. And they are going to make the same mistakes as you are going to make the same mistake as they did. But so now when I've gone away, I'm doing well. I'm clearly doing well on my own, far away from them. They have to be a bit more humble. They have to miss me. They have to think more closely about how they act with me so that they don't lose me. So that's a lesson not only about parents. It can be with a girl too. If you think, for instance, a girl, yeah, she's into me. I do like her. I do see potential here. But sometimes I feel like she kind of takes me for granted. Well, you have to show her then. You have to help her see that, oh, look, little girl, woman, you're not gonna, if you don't give me the attention and, treat me the way I deserve, I might go away. I do well without you, That's the thing. Men don't really need women in the same way women need men. And I don't mean need to just survive, but to thrive. The highest version of a woman always has a man. I guess, in my opinion, because being a father is what I dream of, I guess the highest version of a man should be, in my highest version, but a man can do well on his own without a wife in another way. I guess I don't want to have ego about it and say men, but let's put it like this then. Women need men more than men need women, at least. That's very true. Yeah, guys. I mean, I don't know why. I feel like I want to make these streams 1.5 hours. It's just, this is again, what the clearer you get, I've sorted Theo, the body and mind of Theo out so well here. He just has extreme clarity. Things become very mathematically synced. Like I went up at for my coaching call at midnight, I went up at 23:45, for instance. And when I was going to post about this stream on Instagram, it was 01:23. It's like everything is so mathematical. So something tells me I should be doing these streams for 1.5 hours, and I just choose to listen to it. I don't think about it, like why? Why would I do that? And I was like, oh, but it feels right. Follow the intuition. So I guess that might mean, that should mean, if I try to predict, that should mean that someone will come in with a great question, maybe with a huge super chat, who knows. Or, or it's just a practice in patience for me, that even when I think, well, what the fuck, where are you guys at? Why are you not saying anything in the chat? I get the chance to practice my patience and just try to come up with valuable things for the people that are going to watch this stream afterwards instead. And guys, speaking of the super chats and that, the super chats, they're great, you know, because they're a way of you to directly show support on the lives. But I'm actually going to remove my Patreon. I don't feel good about it anymore. I want to. It's one thing, because when you're doing the super chat, you're actually directly supporting me as I'm working for you. That's how I want it. The Patreon, it could be viewed as that in a way, but I just don't like it. Having like pay pigs. That's what like I wouldn't call it that. So I appreciate everyone that's been on the Patreon, of course, but that's what a nasty kind of, you know, think the mean girl influencers. They really call their betas that follow them pay pigs and stuff. And that's what it is, really. I understand if some people don't want to do that, actually. And I don't like it anymore. It's like, you know, I'm going to inherit. My dad he's doing quite well financially, you know. And I'm going to inherit a bunch of money from him. I guess if he goes away, I hope it's not soon, you know, please God. But I guess it's different because he's actually like, who else would take it, you know, his money and stuff. But now, for instance, I don't want to be financially supported by my parents because I'm my own man, you know. I don't want to be taken care of. Definitely that people should pay for value, a service, but between, you're just gifting like that. After, you know, gifts, it's a fine balance with gifts, you know. Like, if someone genuinely wants to give me, if someone would just hit me up, as one guy did back in the day, Joe Mad, I miss you, bro, if you're still watching the videos at times. But he really just hit me up and said like, oh, I would like to support you. I prefer to not do it on the super chat because, you know, YouTube take a big chunk. I don't want to, yeah, you know. So he asked for my PayPal. I wouldn't deny someone because he didn't ask for anything back. I offered a free coaching call back, but he didn't want anything back. So when someone selflessly gives, you have to accept it, actually. But it's so different when someone gives as if you couldn't help yourself or because they want something back. Like this kind of mother's love, you know. When the mother can't support you emotionally, she tries to spoil you with stuff. And she wants your love back. She wants you to be, oh, thank you, mom. But if your mom is giving you shit you never asked for, you don't really feel appreciation for it. Well, my mom is becoming a lot better at that, I must say, because she's kind of trying to buy my love with stuff in the past. But now, yeah, because it's when she actually gives me something out of, oh, I think this would be great for Theo, and I just love him and I want to give it to him. That I appreciate and I want it because, of course, like this shirt even, for instance, that was like my mom, that, oh, that would look great on Theo. And she's not giving it all like, say thank you, say you love me, not all with that attitude. She actually just like wants to give it. Then I can appreciate the intention and the actual shirt. But if I felt like she wants something back from it, like I don't even want to wear that shirt, you know? How are you? Are you spoiled? You like just getting stuff for free? You like getting value from people for free without giving something for it? You like that? Talk to Theo. Write in the chat. I wanna write in the chat and talk to Theo. I realize that if I talk to Theo in the chat, I bring value to myself and the other people watching now and the other people that will be watching later. Yeah. Yeah, guys. I just love it right now. Do you understand? I have coaching. I love being able to say it that way. I have coaching calls at midnight on weekends. That's why these streams are happening at this time. You know, like my time right now, it is 2:41. So on some days, you know, I go up very early, but some days I go up the day before. I love it to say that. It sounds so fucking Chad, you know. Yep. Yeah. Scroll back in the chat. No one answered Robert. Where is everybody from? We had like 10 plus people at once at one point. I know there's more that come and went. No one fucking answered. Like Durf answered that but he talked a lot about other stuff. But he said, because I mentioned Greece, that he's American, but his lineage is Greek. Yeah. What to talk about now? Should I talk about my day that I have coming up? Yeah, well, I will keep working on Instagram after this. You know, DM with my people. You know, because all of you, or not all of you, you know, but many of you that I'm pointing to right now, are so passive. You know, when you sit like a little baby waiting to be spoon-fed, or you're scared. You're scared to show your face. Like show your face, show your presence even. I reach out to everyone. As soon as someone starts following me, I message them and go, hello, welcome to Uncommon Sense. And then I just see, I pick up on the way they are, if that's kind of all like, yeah, welcome, cheers, bro. Or if they actually have any question for me, or, you know, some people even want coaching. It's just that they are too afraid of asking. And so it takes for me to, yeah. Because I'm really looking out for my people. Just as I'm doing here, even though you with an ego don't feel like it, you think I'm trying to get something from you. No, I'm trying to get something for you, little buddy. You see, my Instagram is kind of blowing up in the DMs right now. No, I love taking care of people. That's what a Chad should do. Like the Stacy too, the kind of Chad woman, but in another way. Like the Chad is the one that's uplifting someone, and the woman is the one that more supports someone. And then there's a balance, the masculine and feminine, both the toxic and good version is in all of us. But you know, the more masculine side is the actual uplifting, and the woman is the supporter. Like think of your mom and dad the way they should be. Your dad, Instagram blowing up in my ears right now. But the dad, Chad dad, should be you know, a great example for you and teach you skills. Like, look, son, let's go work in the yard. Like these men help me with. Look, son, let's do this thing. Like do activities together. And the woman should be supporting you, like giving you stuff and making food for you and telling you you're amazing, I love you, but in the right way, of course. That's the kind of how the masculine and feminine should be. Oh, I can't wait to show you that example with my wife to be. If the God is willing and the creeks don't rise. Yes. Okay, guys. Do you have any questions for me at all? Do you have any questions for me at all? Do you have anything you want to say? You can just say something. You want to ask something about me, my life, the way I do things. You want to ask anything about fasting, anything about diet, anything about mindset, anything about women, how to get a woman, how to get over addictions. There are so many things I can teach you here if you steer me in that direction. Otherwise, I will just go with whatever comes to mind. But you see, this is all coaching. This is all coaching. I'm teaching you how to learn. All the time, when I see someone, you know, some I have to watch from afar. Some people are so above me that I can't really expect to get their direct attention. Then I will just consume their content. But I don't really consume content. Like the only thing I consume right now are the coaching calls. With a group coaching call, I sit and listen to what the people talk about and the answers they get from our coach. But I don't really consume much. But yeah, when I can, like Opti Hall, my bro, we complement each other well. I'm better at certain things, he's better at certain things. And the physical practice, even though I've come really far with it, he's just has years and years and years and years of more experience. So I ask him about stuff about that all the time, and I'm grateful to be able to ask a man with more experience than me so that I can learn and get better. That's how you do. It's not just sitting and watching and being like, yeah, I know what Theo's saying, I realize what he's saying, and you're not doing shit. You're just sitting and telling your ego is sitting and telling you, I'm doing well because I'm watching a video. I'm watching a video. Like, the video is only good if you do something about it. And if you contribute yourself, it's even better for you. But you just don't get that. Clearly. I guess I kind of scare probably some people from talking in the chat too. Thing is, now I know I'm not working from ego now. I've been a little aggressive, a little entitled sometimes, but now I'm really trying to lead you the way to get better, like, help for yourself, like investing in yourself. Like, investing in yourself is the best investment you can be, because it's going to uplift you and everyone around you. Everything that you, and investment in yourself is not only money. It's a thing like asking a question. It's a thing that working on yourself in the body, the training in the gym, an investment. Um, yeah, all these things. Everything you do that can make you better is an investment in self. But the best thing you can do, the best investment, except actually doing the shit, is coming to someone that does it better than you and has the kind of result you'd want. They will help you take all the shortcuts if you just dare to use them. Use them, like, not abuse, but use, like, not just try to be selfishly taking in, but take use of them. Like, hey, guy, you're clearly skilled at this that I want to be skilled at too. Can you tell me how to do it? That's what you do. Yeah. Getting a little bit tired. I do prepared for, and the thing is, I've optimized myself so well that I work really well on even a sleep deficit. Can you tell? I don't go into this kind of mode because I'm preserving energy by just talking at the pace and intensity that works for me now. And then I have great flow still. But yeah, I have to go up at midnight, so I sacrifice a bit of sleep, but I go to bed earlier. I guess I probably slept like 4 hours from like 7:30 to 11:30. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, guys. I have to go to 1:30, 1 hour 30 minutes, because that's what my intuition tells me. I guess that's kind of like when movies were still a reasonable length, they were kind of 1:30, 1:40. Now they make them so long all the time. Just to make you waste more time doing nonsense, escaping reality into a fantasy world. The real world is so interesting, guys, when you live in it and become the highest and best version of yourself, that I am not. I'm becoming that person. And to be clear, you never are. You can just be the most perfect you can be in this moment, and that's the person that's taking action. Like when you're training for the 100th time in a row, you are the best version of yourself. If you're doing everything for your growth, you're not missing anything that you know right now. You are the perfect version of yourself in the moment. And then if you stop doing it, you're going to fall out of alignment and you're going to feel it worse. You're going to notice it. I know immediately. I don't even give a shit about all. I go up early, I cold shower, I work for hours here, I have coaching calls, I go swim in the ocean, I come back, I eat breakfast, I go to the gym, I come back, I work more, I might go for another swim, might have another coaching call, I keep doing the content, I go to sleep early, bam, repeat, And that now I'm mentioning the stuff that came out that I could think of. There are other things sprinkled in there. But I don't care about that stuff because I can get that right. I should be doing those things. It's a failure. If I don't do those things. I'm always thinking, what did I not do? What can I do better tomorrow? Because we're looping, guys. We are like, we have our scripts that we can just gradually change. The difference to a bot or an AI that's learning itself is kind of similar, I guess. But we have our loops. It's just that we can't just put in a CD and install. We do it gradually. But we're either improving or worsening or stagnating in our loop on a daily basis. It's really about creating your days, shaping your days that leads to your goals. You know, give a shit. Don't give a shit about the goal. Give a shit about the steps necessary to get there. Will anyone say anything before the stream is over? It's like kind of a joke. Kind of a joke, guys. Like, what are you even doing? Like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Really. Really. If I got, I already, my group coaching call that I have, that is it's kind of like this, and it's how I will do it on one of my programs where we have group coaching calls. That it's like a classroom, you know. I'm the one that's on all the time, and then one at a time people will ask the questions, you know. And when I come there with my coach, I can't believe the people that don't have any questions. If they're not completely new and actually don't know and have to pick up a bit of how does it work in here, sure. But I have access to this amazing man that just knows fucking everything almost better than me. Of course I need to ask questions, you know. So I don't understand this little just sit by and watch. I do understand it because I was that way. I was too scared, or my ego was too prideful and told me, you don't need to. You're doing well on your own. No, but I like to watch. I get something out of this. Yeah, but you'll get even more if you fucking talk. Spoiled little brat. You right there. You right there. And for the people looking back afterwards, I'm clearly talking to the people I see are here, right, on the live, that hear me say all of these things and don't do it. How pathetic is it? How pathetic is that? The chance, I give you the chance all the time not to be pathetic, and you just don't take it. Quite interesting. Okay, we have 7.5 minutes left. I have to come up with something more. Well, I guess I'll say I've really fallen in love with fasting again. I see, you know, when you get into certain things, before the picture, because I perfected my work that I bring to people right now, related to nutrition, training, fasting, other have, you know, sunlight exposure, sleep, meditation, mindset stuff, all that kind of stuff. It's not perfected because it never is, but it is close enough to perfection for me to, I'm never going to have a major reconsideration about anything, just about details within it, because I've tried enough and seen with me and other people what works and what doesn't. And so fasting has been one of those things that before the picture was entirely clear. It's very easy. I think a lot of you watching this now that found me through the kind of fasting angle, I gonna you clearly haven't gotten as far as me if you're not ripped and a coach yourself and that. But the initial feeling of like, oh, fasting is the end all be all. It's the cure to everything. No, just fast. Just fast. Everyone should fast all the time. That's not the point. You can do, everyone should that sometimes at some intensities, but you shouldn't all the time. But I've just realized how fucking great it is. I just love it. I just love it. It's a biohack for hormones so that you get more stressed, meaning more focused and ready to act. Like I'm fasted now, obviously, and I love it. I love it. I'm not going to break my fast until at least 5 hours more. But I really, you know, yeah, it's just great. It's like even this with the sleep that I'm talking about. I've been getting away with less sleep because I optimize myself so much. I don't spend any energy almost at all in unnecessary places. And I just need less sleep because I need less. I really only need the bodily recovery. My mind is it's already processed. Like I don't dream anything, and if I dream, I know there's something. So I had a dream tonight actually. So there was something there. Don't matter. We don't really have time to go into that now. But yeah, so there was something to process, and it was about someone close to me, like a relative, you know. So there's something there. I guess I know what a dream meant. That's a funny thing. It's again, guys, the clearer, the more in line you are, the clearer everything you experience just is to you. It's like a dream. If you always dream a bunch of fucked up shit, it means that you're taking in a lot of stuff that you can't process, that you don't really understand, you know. You don't know what kind of impression, you know, might know something. But it's like people, it's the same analogy that I use, that some people would say like, oh, but if I drink 2 beers, like at dinner, I don't feel anything from that next day. Like, no, because you're living in a fog of everything else shit you feel. Like you might not even think of it as feeling shit, but you're living in a fog. You're not in tune. You're not in touch with yourself. While someone like myself would feel immediately. If I had a one beer, I would feel the difference. I wouldn't feel terrible, but I would feel like, okay, my gut is a slightly off. I have a slight little anxiety in the back of my back. I feel anxiety in my upper back, actually. It's related to trauma. I have not figured out, because you feel certain emotions in certain places in the body because of past experiences. I'm not sure why I feel it there specifically yet. But yeah, and my eyes are gonna be a little dry. Just that. I will feel from one beer. But it's the same thing with a thing like dreams. You dream a bunch of fucked up shit all the time. Of course, it's gonna be difficult to kind of what is going on there. But I dreamt something about a very specific person acting in a very specific way towards me, and it kind of tells me what I subconsciously know about the way she views me. Um, I guess I said it was a woman, but you know, uh, it doesn't matter. I could be more personal about it, but I always try to, when I can, talk as little about the specific person as possible. If it's very relevant to me, of course, but it's not for the point. But someone that got very easily upset by me in the dream, and I realized that it's because she feels so much worse than me. And she doesn't get upset with me anymore, but I think she feels that way, probably that she's far behind. I just hate it. That's never the point. You want to say, yeah, I'm far ahead of you in all these areas that you would like to be further ahead in. But I'm not saying I'm better than you. I know I'm not, because I was shit. I was even much worse at everything than you are, basically. And I got here, and I'm not done. So yeah, I'm better, like as a matter of fact, at certain things, but as like my value as I'm not more important or valuable than you. But a lot of people feel that way. So either the unworthiness feelings come out, oh, I'm so much less than it, I don't deserve to be with this person, I don't deserve to get help from this person, or the pride thing, this person, they think they're so much better than me, which really means that I think they're so much better than me. People and their egos, guys, like you, just fucking watching, being a little bitch, being triggered by a lot I say, still not, I'm giving you the chance all the time to act on it and be better, and you still don't. We have 1.5 minutes left, guys. You have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to say at least goodbye. Thank you for the lesson, Theo. Thank you for this. La di da di da. It's up to you. But just know you're a fucking loser, pathetic. You won't change until you do. If you don't. Do you understand? Okay, I'll shill the Solar Night merch store a little bit at the end. If you want your morning coffee to be like this is empty now, but I had water in it. But if you want your morning coffee to yeah, what's the word I'm looking for here? You see, I'm a little tired. I'm not finding the word. Well, basically, you want to feel the power of the sun flow through you as you're enjoying your moderate amount of morning coffee. Get the Solar Night cup from the Solar Night store. The link is in the description. We have the shirts too, of course. Actually reminded me, I'm gonna walk around with it a bit today, spread joy to people. That's what I do on my free time, guys, right now, when I can't be with my girl, because it's really all, no fucking bullshit, consuming, watching movies, playing video games, eating junk food, doing drugs, nothing like that I want to do on my free time. I only really want to be with my girl or work more. So even when it's my free time, I just go out. And I know, when you have this kind of energy, Solar Night energy, you draw people to you. I go down to the beach and like someone's going to talk. Not even I go up and talk. So I know someone's going to talk to me. It always happens. If it doesn't happen, I know I'm out of alignment or that I'm just supposed to be by myself a bit from the universe. Well, you guys that watched and you didn't take my advice to act on and just say something, you failed. You failed. You'll keep failing in your life doing like that. I, of course, wish you well and hope you don't. I hope you can take in and digest this and stop being so triggered and find errors in me and why I'm wrong, because I'm clearly better than you at everything you want. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Stop being a little scared bitch. Stop being a prideful bitch. Get over yourself. Help yourself by helping others. Peace.